Hello, everyone. We are live. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you're watching us from. I am so excited to be here today. Today is another edition of Connector Mondays with Bernadine, live on Facebook. Let me ask you something real quick. What happens to your income when your job stops? Like if there's a layoff, or you are so burnt out you can't work anymore, or if life start lifing, or something happens and you're not able to get back to that clock, what happens? Tonight we're going to have a real conversation about relying on one stream of income is extremely risky, and how we can start changing that story. Hi, I'm Bernadine the Connector. I am a mom, I am a nurse practitioner, and I am also an online digital business. Excuse me. And what do? I help individuals. I help individuals, and these are hardworking parents, immigrants, moms, dads, anyone who is tired of being tired, anyone who has run the race like I have and is tired, anyone who is struggling trying to make those ends meet. I help them, connect them to opportunities that can change the entire story for them, as he has done for me. That's what I do. And I am so passionate about it because I have been there. And I know that most people are very knowledgeable, but the thing that hurts me that I found out this late is that that knowledge they have has so much value and they don't know. Rather, they're stuck with just one job, one stream of income. Nobody's asking you to go get a second job. That's not even in the discussion, because we are trying to cut down working hours. We're trying to cut down burnout. That's what we are trying to do. So, one thing I have to tell you is that we were taught we were taught that go to school, get a good job, work hard, and you'll be just fine. But nobody told us what to do when the job becomes unstable, when the paycheck is not enough, or when life starts lifing. What happens? Trading time for money. It works. You go to your 9 to 5, you clock in, you do what you got to do. It works until it doesn't. And when it doesn't work anymore, what happens? That is the question tonight. If life start lifing and that's your single job, stop. If there is a layoff or something happens that you're not able to punch in and punch out as you used to, what happens? What happens? What happens to the need of the family? What happens to you? That is what I'm preaching. Because depending on just one stream of income is extremely risky. And creating extra streams is no longer is no longer a luxury. It is a necessity. Every family needs that. So where do we start? We're going to be shifting our mindset from how does it happen? My job provides me security. No, the job doesn't provide security. What gives you security is when you have extra streams that you can leverage. That is what provides security, because this time you're no longer surviving, but you're living. Now, let me give you 3 simple ways to start building beyond your job, because you can. And if you can, why not? You got to leverage what you already know. Like I said, a lot of people are well read, went to school, have a bachelor's degree, master's degree, all that, even doctorate, but they're still struggling financially. There is something wrong with that picture. That is what I am fighting. That is what I am challenging. People should be able to leverage the knowledge they have and live a good life. Now, you don't have any need to start anything from the scratch. No, you're going to use the experience you already know. You have a lot of experience. And what I'm trying to do is to add value to your experience that you already have, because you already have the experience. What we are just trying to do is to add value to it, because you already have that experience. No, let's turn that into income. And guess what? Opportunities don't just come to you. They don't just fall from heaven, like manna from heaven. When manna from heaven happened long ago, opportunities come through people. That is why I am so big with connection. That word connection is almost my second name. It is my second name because that's why I took up that name, Bernardine the Connector, because it was just from connection that moved me and my family from point A to point B, that changed everything for us. So opportunities don't just fall from heaven, it comes through people. And that is why being connected, networking with purpose, I can't even overemphasize it. That is the main topic that we're discussing tonight. Connection is extremely powerful. Networking with purpose. Number 3, you have to start small. Don't wait until you have it all figured out, because there's never a time you're going to have it all figured out. No, nobody knows it all. I am still learning. I am. You're going to start from where you are. You're going to start scared. You start messy. You start not even knowing what you're doing. And before you turn around, you're already a pro in it. And you start writing your own success story. Let me share with you guys something powerful. I had a moment in my life that I was like, I need to do something different. I know that what I was doing was good, but to me, it wasn't good enough because I was still struggling. And that's when I started looking. That's when I started connecting. And that's how this whole thing, or this whole saga, started. Because I started being inquisitive. I started knowing that I can do more. There could be more out there. There is no way I'm going to be carrying around all these big certificates and still struggling. No way. I started looking. I started searching. That's when I came across people that I was connecting with intentionally, who introduced me to online digital business that changed the whole game for me, changed the story for me. I don't even know where to begin. That's why I talk about connection. It is so important, extremely important. And when you're connecting, you make sure you're connecting intentionally. You don't just connect with people who are going to drain you, because some individuals will drain you dry. You don't want to do that. You have to prune your circle. At a certain point in time, you must set your boundaries. You must set your boundaries and connect with intentionally with people who are going to expand your network, because your network is your net worth. Go and write it on the wall today. And that's your network. What is that about? It's about connection. So during my own time and experience, I kept putting it away. I kept postponing it. I'm like, okay, later. I left almost my future in other people's hands, because as somebody's employee, whoever is your employer is the person controlling your future. They determine how much you're worth. They determine how much they want to pay you. They determine if you're going to go on vacation or not. They control your life. There is nothing wrong in that, but it's not okay to be stuck with it. It's not okay to be stuck with it. You know, it can be your starting point, but you have to always have in the back of your mind that you have a plan for more. And when you start planning for more, that's when you start connecting. That's when you start building your own legacy, because it's not just about building somebody else's legacy. It's time now to start thinking a little deeper. I am going to tell you guys a little bit about my own journey. I like to use myself as an example. A little bit about my journey. So I've been in US for a couple of decades, I gotta tell you. And I worked as a nurse for so many years. And then as a nurse practitioner for maybe the past 6 years. And the common denominator between all these roles is that I am still working. I am still, my income is capped. It depends on what somebody else determines that I'm worth. That's it. I get one paycheck every 2 weeks, and the bills continue to rise. Credit cards is piling. You have multiple kids in college. Your needs are rising, and How do you get around it? If you're not able America lives on credits. I keep saying it. If you're not able to take care of the businesses that you need to take care of, you default to your credit card. And what happened? You continue to even that your credit card you're using, you're building other people's legacy because they keep charging you that you're making people who are rich already getting richer. That is why we have to step back and think, what else? Times are changing. Every day things are changing. The world has changed so much. So that's when I started looking. And when I started looking, I started connecting, like I said, and started this business. And guess what? Now, in fact, when I talk about it, I feel a little emotional because I started it with the intention that I was just going to make a couple of grants, maybe a couple of grants, maybe to support myself and support my bills. That was just what I was looking for. I didn't know that this was this huge. And there I am. There I am nailing 5 figures. Nailing, I mean, I don't even want to talk about this online, but is mind-blowing. And this is something that you're just doing by the side. It's unbelievable because there are so many things out there, especially so recently people got into some kind of shiny business and, they lost a lot of money. I feel very sorry for them, but that doesn't mean that everything online is a scam. Everything online is not a scam. It's important for us to, when you see something legitimate, explore it, because that's what I did. When I came when I came across this opportunity, I took my time and researched it. I researched it thoroughly, and I realized that this is a legitimate business that is actually tax registered in over 23 countries, and the US is registered with IRS. I got my 1099 for 2025 already, fully legitimate. And people who live in Canada, they get their T4A, and the other countries get their own tax receipts at the end of the year. It's absolutely unbelievable. And the best part, I'm still going to tell you guys the best part, because as I am advancing in this business, I actually have been recently certified as a global business coach. That is unbelievable. This is within less than 2 years, within a year plus. I'm currently a certified global business coach. And that is also a whole new income stream unlocked. So the potentials online is limitless. It's limitless. I just got that information on Sunday. That's yesterday that I've been certified, because this business, you're going to continue to grow. What we do is we learn. When you learn, you implement the skills. And when you implement the skills, you start earning. When you start earning, then you're going to continue to grow. You're going to start learning even different other ways, because there's multiple opportunities out there, And then I stepped into the leadership role in this particular business. That's when I trained as a business coach and got certified as a business coach and unlocked for myself another extra stream of income. I can't even believe it. It's answered prayer for me. That's why I cannot stop talking about it, because it is amazing. It is amazing. It is something, it's life-changing, because when you change the life of a woman, you have changed the life of that family as a whole. The same also with a dad. If you change the life of a responsible dad, you also have changed the life of the whole family as well. So I strongly encourage my parents who are out there, hardworking parents, moms, dads. It is time to pivot. It is time to look around and see what is happening in your own time. If 9 to 5 is okay, 9 to 5, there's nothing wrong with it, because this revolves around your schedule. You're going to still keep your 9 to 5 and get you something by the side that you can do without breaking your back. It is unbelievable. When I got into online space, what I saw was eye-opening. It's eye-opening. So this week I am celebrating my new milestone. I'm celebrating becoming an online business coach certified. That is a big deal. That's another whole income stream that I have unlocked. So when I'm telling you guys about opportunities online, is limitless. Is limitless. But you got to start from somewhere. You got to start connecting intentionally. You got to start connecting with people that matter. You have to start connecting with people who are going to improve your net worth. That's networking. Yes, that's network, professional networking. That's what we do. We are a global business. We are connected to people globally. And I mean, I don't even know where to begin. We have a convention this year in Japan that is going to happen this June. We have another one in Florida this particular June. We do business online, but we also meet offline from time to time in conventions, in meetings, and all that stuff. It's unbelievable. So before I close, I don't want to keep you guys too long. I want you to drop in the comment more, the word MORE, or send me a DM and just write more, because you can. If you can have more to life, why not? Why not? What is stopping you? Why not? I am going to keep saying it because the struggle, parents are struggling. People are doing, you see moms who have little kids, they be at the job doing overtime back to back to back, especially immigrant parents. Because, I am an immigrant, I am a parent, I'm a professional. So I know what I'm saying. I'm talking from my own personal experience. So if you are an immigrant out there, if you are even someone who is not even an immigrant, but you're someone who wants more for yourself, this is it. This is it. I am a living witness. I say with my full chest, I am a living witness. I strongly encourage you, start connecting with people that will show you the way. Yes, start connecting with people that matter. It is so important. It's okay to connect with anybody, but you must make sure that you connect with people who can show you systems, because these are all systems that are already there. But if you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. And ignorance is not okay. You could have PhD and all the doctorate degree that you want, but you are still not financially literate. That's a problem. It's not just about us, but we have to start creating legacy. We have to start creating passive income. That's what we're talking about. You have to start creating passive income. Nobody's getting any younger, so that when you have your job, you have only one job, you do that one shift. One shift is enough. Don't waste your time doing no extra shift. You're wasting your time. That extra 8 hours you put in for somebody, use that 8 hours and come back home and do dinner for your family, and then put 2 hours in your online business, and it's going to pay you more than your salary. It's paying more than salary that you're getting. It's paying more. So why not? And you're not breaking your back either. So I am going to continue to preach this. I'm going to be here again on Monday. I'm going to be here every week preaching about this, because it is seeing is believing. It's what I have seen and I have believed. It is not even somebody told me. When I was starting this, I was a little scared. I was skeptical, because you're starting something that you don't even know. You're going to be skeptical. But when I researched and found out that this is legitimate and super lucrative, I said, I'm not going to keep it to myself. No, I'm not going to keep it to myself. I'm going to come out and say the word, so that people out there can leverage that opportunity, so that what God has done for me, He can do for other families as well. People are retiring early. Yes, people are retiring super early. The coach that brought me to this business, she retired at the age of 36. Yes, because she was making her annual salary in 1 month, and she's still doing that till today. Yes. So I am encouraging someone out there, believe in yourself, trust in yourself. You can do it, and know that you're not alone. Know that you are not alone at all. We are a community. Yes, we have a strong community that supports you every step of the way. That's correct. That's how someone like me, who doesn't even have online business background. No, I have a nursing background. I'm a nurse by profession. So how did a nurse automatically jump from healthcare to business? Because we have a strong community. You come, they assign you a coach, they assign you your own personal coach and your own personal mentor, and they hold you by hand and guide you every step of the way. And tada, before you know it, you start receiving checks like everybody else. Like everybody else. I use myself as an example, because if I can do it, yes, you can do it as well. Because I am not even a Gen Z, I am a Gen Xer. Yes. And this is actually a challenge for all my Gen Xers out there. If you are out there and you are 50 and above, I need you to listen to this webinar. If you're just logging in, I need you to listen to the replay over again. For all my Gen Xers, if you're 50 years and above, this is for you, because that's my age group. I need us to come together. The online space is not scary. There's nothing in it. Yes, we need to get on the online space because we have paid our dues. We have worked for 20 years. We have worked for 30 years. We have tried. It is now time for us to learn all these digital skills, put up our feet, and earn cool passive income like everybody else. That is my goal, so that we can retire. And then when we retire, we don't have to go back to work. Because that's one of the things that pushed me to start this business, because a lot of nurses that are retired, nurse practitioners that are retired, a lot of them that I know, once they retire, their social security is not able to carry them. They cannot pay their bills. They cannot even get health insurance. Most of them return back to work. Go and ask if you have any friend around or someone that you know that retired. They all went back to work. It's either they're doing one kind of work or the other, but they're not chilling at home. And that's not what I want for me. I want to chill at home when I retire. Yes, I want to chill at home and do my online business. I'm already a pro in this. When I started, I didn't even know it, but I'm currently a pro. That's why that's why I became a coach. That was I just announced, like I told you guys. Yes, that's what we are celebrating today, because I'm a new coach in the house. Yes, I am so excited. That's another source of income that has opened for me as well. So I want to thank everyone. If you're watching me, please drop in the comment. I want to know from where you're watching, because we are streaming on Facebook, we are streaming on YouTube, and streaming on Instagram Live. So let us know where you're watching from. We want to know where our reach is going. It's extremely important. Remember, you are only one decision away from completely changing your life. And start that discussion, start that connection, and let's win together. I will see everyone on Monday, because we're going to continue to talk about this until we change 1 million lives. That is my goal. All right. Have a nice one, and thank you for joining me. Bye-bye now.